Hello everyone and welcome to today's topic on sleep. My name is Nicole. I am a gut and mindset consultant and health coach, and I am passionate for these two things because they are strongly linked, and addressing one will greatly power the potential and the health of the other. Let's get started. The most important health action for self-care, self-love, is sleep. We underestimate how important quality, and I emphasize quality sleep is for our health and in our lives. Because, as you will soon hear, why it is so important to every aspect of your life. Your choices in life, your happiness, your energy, and so forth. I'm just going to briefly talk about the three big effectors of quality sleep. We can say, oh, we slept until 10 o'clock, so we've had plenty of sleep. But unfortunately, you can miss out on your deep restorative sleep if you go to bed late. We've got to go to bed at the same time, and our body gets into a system, into a cycle, and that's our sleep-wake cycle. And when we get into that cycle, our whole body and our brain benefits from that. The three big effectors, in my opinion and in my experience, is number one, mindset. So our feelings and our thoughts greatly affect the ability of us to fall asleep and to remain in a deep sleep until when we wake up, morning. So mindset. Having a clear and healthy mindset, opinion, view, of others and ourselves and the world around us. Second, I would say, is stimulations. So the stimulations can be stress, caffeine, alcohol. And alcohol, it can make us sleepy, but it will prevent us from having that deep quality sleep. So I'll just say here, stimulants. And unfortunately, instead of changing things in our lives, because we live in a bit of a rat race, Western society, go, 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 we use stimulants to keep us going. And we know in the arts industry, in music, they use drugs a lot, and that's to keep them going. And it's always to the detriment of the body. And our body, it goes into in a certain pace. And if we get out of that pace, if we try and trick or try and avoid that pace, that natural inner cycle pace, there's always going to be consequences. So stimulants is another big effector to our quality sleep. And then number three, and there's more than this, I just want to mention three because this is going to be settle into your mind better, remember. And it is, I believe, that these are the biggest. So technology is one of those things that stimulate the brain, and we have all these different brain waves, and it actually makes us overactive. Our brains are overactive, and it also blocks the melatonin release. So the brain thinks it's still daytime when we're looking at our screens. And not just that, but it is a lot of information going into our brains, and we're not really clocking out, clocking off. So we're having it in our ears all the time, and it's on television. Technology is television, and so it's always going in at that very quick pace, and we don't get out of that. And so when we try and go to sleep, that's where we are having problems slowing down because it is going so fast. Now, the opposite of that, how do we then the 3 ways or 3 effectors to quality sleep is I'm going to be addressing these 3. Mindset. If there's something on your mind and it cannot be sorted at that time, you write it down and say, I'm going to deal with that in the morning. So having a journal, settling the mind, and I know this sounds easy, but it is a practice. Settling the mind, whatever it is that is on your mind, know that what is out of your control is out of your control, and to focus on the sleep that you need, and you'll focus on that tomorrow, whatever it is on your mind. I hope you can see me. Actually, I'll stand here. And stimulants. With stimulants, this is interfering with us slowing down. And if we stop having coffee suddenly just before going to bed, it's not going to do anything because it takes time for that to get out of our system. And a good way that I approach this is with the caffeine, it stimulates your adrenaline, is I have a rule and I don't have any caffeine after lunchtime. So whatever stimulant yours is, it might be the mother drinks, or it might be music, really loud sort of pumpy music to get you going. Starting to slow those stimulants down in the afternoon is a really good little habit. And some people need more time than that. Some people need less. But that is a good little rule. So stimulants, so I'm just gonna write here, so habits, healthy habits around the use and exposure, I'll just say of stimulants, whatever they are that you are needing to keep going. Sorry, I'm not writing overly clear because it's on an angle. And then technology, that's another thing. Similar to stimulants, slowing that down. Usually I try and slow that down around 5 o'clock in the evening, and I swap it with things like reading a book or having music that's a bit more calmer, and I know that fits into the stimulants. So technology, and trying to just really stop some of that technology. And it might be screen time on, I don't watch TV, but there's other screens around like the laptop, and just saying no, and I can everyone can put their phones on flight mode, and that's a great way to then stop that EMF, so that radiation while you're sleeping. So flight mode is really good at cutting that. So technology, slowing that down again. Try and think of the things that you want to get done before you start slowing down at 5 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, avoiding certain technology is a great way to start slowing down the brain and the mind and the body, because we need both to get our quality sleep. Many people say, I fall asleep fantastically and then I'm bright awake at 1 a.m. And so we're all so different because our lives are different, and what we expose ourselves is different, what we're into and how our mind and how our brain functions is different. So looking at what it is that these are especially relevant to you. And a big thing, I used to wake up really bright and early at like 1, 2 a.m. was my blood sugar level. So your blood sugar, if it drops, your body automatically wakes up because it's like, well, we need food. So I increased my healthy fats, and that stabilized my sugar level, and so I was able to stay asleep. The brain was happy to stay asleep. That is all I have for you today. I just want to end with restorative sleep will help with your mood, your healing, your energy, your choices and habits, your relationships, And authenticity, just briefly, authenticity is just being true to yourself. So living a true life, and that's without comparing yourself to others. It's to listen to your inner voice and actually understand when it's your intuition speaking and when it's other people speaking or your ego. And that is authenticity. I know it's a bit of a buzzword, but all it means is living your truth. So what it is that you enjoy in life, what it is that helps you to push yourself further, things that you enjoy, and setting those boundaries within your relationships and also with yourself. And having restorative, healing, quality sleep will help you to live your truest and your healthiest life. And that's it for today. I hope, ladies, that you have a great, beautiful week, and I will speak to you next time on another very relevant issue.